What does it take to become a leading global entity? Hard work, persistence, and most importantly, a dream. Dream to make it big on a world stage. And one such company that is striving to stay on top of today's and tomorrow's technology is KPT Piping System Private Limited. With a mission to provide high-quality products at the most competitive rates, KPT Piping envisions being a premier and preferred company known around the globe. The company's enviable product range, vigorous R&D activities, and efficient work culture inspires KPT Piping System Private Limited to achieve astounding growth.
Hello and welcome to our show GMO Media presents Incredible Brands. With a vision to become the leading global entity in the field of pipes and fitting equipment, to becoming a brand that produces high-quality plumbing products, KPT Piping System Private Limited has set the bar high. Addressing consumers' needs and exceeding consumers' expectations through constant innovation and commitment is in its roots. To know what's propelling its dream to become the world leader in this segment, today we have with us Mr. Ankur Periwal, the Managing Director of the company. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Mr. Periwal, my first question is, as the Managing Director of the company, how have you led the organization into the rapid growth phase since its inception in 2008?
The guiding philosophy has been it's been inspired by my grandfather. My grandfather taught us how to, it's been a legacy of 65, 70 years now into business industry. And this is for the first time that we ventured into the building segment, construction segment through this product. We started the venture in 2008 and like every other journey, this journey has also been with lots of ups and downs. A lot of tubeless terrain has been passed through. At the forefront was my father and my uncle. They were the driving force for me to keep going. Since it is a very nascent stage for this industry is only 20-25 years old throughout the globe. But what we have done successfully is that we have been able to introduce new products into this segment, and we have been able to scale it up in the last 10-15 years of our existence. The scaling has been to the extent that we started from a very small diameters and with the vision only for the domestic piping industry. But gradually, once we found out the applications and the demand for the product in other applications, we gradually scaled it up from 16 mm to 400 mm. So right now, at this point, we are the largest manufacturers of PPR in India, PPR piping systems. And we are also producing the largest diameter that is available in the Indian piping industry at this moment.
Mr. Periwal, your company lays a lot of emphasis on the ethical values and transparency. Could you explain how this shapes up your day-to-day operations and also your long-term strategies?
The ethical values actually are being what you can call inspired by my grandfather, who laid a lot of emphasis on principles, on doing ethical practices to build an organization. And we have been following the legacy of him, which has been the driving force for our organization. The principles are such that we do not interfere with the quality and we do not tamper with the quality in any sense. We make the best qualitative material in the whole country at this moment, because we are using the raw material from Messrs. Hyosung Corporation, Republic of South Korea, and we import our 100% raw material from the corporation, which is by far the best and the largest supplier of PPR raw material in the country. So in the entire globe, They have a 40% market share of the entire globe. And last 3 years to 4 years, we have been constantly, 100% of our procurement has been from Messrs. Hyosung Corporation. So which is why we shifted from some of the basic raw materials during our initial days. Since we had no choices, we had to go by the market strategies. But gradually what we did efficiently is that we moved away from the normal to the excellent. So what we did very efficiently, our team, our entire, the organization restructured in a manner that we shifted from the normal raw materials, normal qualitative products towards the best qualitative products.
So one of the important policies of your business, it revolves around energy management. Could you shed some light on how this influences your manufacturing process and how does this impact your product competitiveness in the market?
Once we started as a new organization, as a naive organization in the industry, whatever the normal practices in the market were, we were actually quite driven by the market forces. But during the initial days, what I learned is from the market and from the global players, some of the global players, German global players, that you cannot go by the normal to survive in the long run in the industry, or you cannot grow like that. So you need to constantly improvise and constantly improve your manufacturing practices, manufacturing products, as well as you need to save the environment as well, right? So we recycle 100% of our water, whatever water we are using, whatever groundwater or municipal corporations water we are getting through, that is being reused. We do not, that is recycled and reused in our production, right? And initially we started with very low cavity molds, which actually consumed a lot more energy, but the products produced were very less. So what we have done in the last many years now, 5-7 years, is that we have moved from low cavity molds to high cavity molds. So within the same time frame, with much less energy consumption, we are able to produce more products in the same cycle. So this is what has led us in improving our quality, as well as the supply chain management in the industry, as well as efficiently managing the energy requirements of the industry.
Could you share more about your R&D activities? How do they help you staying ahead in the rapidly evolving industry of pipes and fitting equipments?
As far as any industry goes, the R&D industry is like you have to do R&D constantly, right? If you are not able to do R&D constantly, you will never be able to sustain for a long term in the market. So what we have done through is we have learned a lot of things from German peers, from Chinese peers, from a lot of other peers who are doing very efficient business in PPR piping segment. So what we have done is we have shifted our practices or our systems from say old days, like it was never structured in a structured manner. But what we have learned over a period of time is that these things do matter a lot. And hence we shifted from normal to now excellence in our industry. So what the efficiency part or whatever the things are, we are constantly improving our products, constantly manufacturing new products, constantly gaining more momentum in the market, only because of our whatever R&D practices we have been doing in the past.
So my last question is, with the market becoming more global and competitive, what strategies does KPT have in place to ensure its position as the leading person in this industry?
This industry is dominated prior to KPT's inception in this industry. There were many industries who were doing the business in an unorganized manner. But once we came in, once we saw the market and once we saw the potential in the market, we moved away from the normal towards being the best in the business. So what we did very efficiently is that we learned from the